Hola amigos, welcome back to another video. Today I want to show you guys a couple cool things that we've done to the maximum effort suit. This is not a maximum effort, this is the I Want It That Way. If you guys want to understand the differences between the two versions, just go back and watch my older videos. I go in detail in one of them that I posted last year. I'll just link it down below so you guys can check that out and understand the main differences. But what I want to do is I want to show you guys this guy, which is our nicest, higher end, the highest quality tier that we have. It has all that nice, real, authentic leather on the sides, the extra trimmings. The quality of the fabric is just superior. But what I want to talk about is the paint job. On this particular guy, the client did not want a super dirty look. So what I do, and this is also in one of my previous videos, I show you guys how to get a nice even coat first, so that you have something to work on with the weathering and highlighting and everything. So the reason we do that is that, you want to have areas where it's really grimy, like almost blackish, but also areas that you get that nice little red highlight there. That's all stuff that you see in the movie, all that effect. I did talk about in my Titanfall video how we experimented with using black spandex underneath. Here's my bodysuit. It's like hanging in the back here. What I want to show you guys is that we use black spandex underneath and then the checkered high density screen print in red on top. And without the weathering, this kind of came out with a cool, almost like grimy, dirty look already. So it just looked so awesome in camera that I was like, we need to do a depot suit experiment with this same technique. So that's what we did, and that's what I want to show you guys over here. So what I have here are two maximum effort suits. This one's already weathered and this one is not. This one is all red with the base coat and the weathering job on top. This one is the black spandex underneath with the high density print on top in red. So you guys can immediately see the difference here. This has not been painted at all. This has been weathered. So here we go. Switch to the actual back camera, which is nicer. This way I can zoom in. So the idea is that we can skip that base coat because this already comes out pretty uniform, and it's an excellent base to start doing the weathering and then just highlighting on top instead of doing that extra step of putting bright red underneath, then darken it, then highlight. This I think is going to come out looking super cool. I can already see right here on my screen that it almost looks like it would be weathered right now, and it hasn't even been painted. So a couple other cool things with the maximum effort now is that it's also 4-way stretch as opposed to 2-way, which at the beginning of the run we only had 2-way fabrics to work with. Now we have something that is very similar to the I Want It That Way, with the exception that it's a lighter spandex. It's not as heavy. See, if I had some light and both my hands here, I could show you guys how thin this fabric is actually. But that is also a good thing, because the maximum effort suit is meant to be worn, meant to be, taken out to the conventions and everything. Is something that a lot of our clients, they like to go out and have fun in. As you can see, this is actual like leather, like vinyl, not actual leather. It doesn't have that extra trimming, but it still looks super cool once it's all done. It looks very legit, and it's for somebody that just wants to wear the suit, have a lot of fun in it, do shoots, all that. But when you want to have the high end, like a display or something, you can still wear this. I mean, it's actually very resilient. We have clients that this is what they got and they wear it everywhere and they're pretty happy with it. But I'd be more worried getting this damaged than one of these guys, because you can just you can save up, get another one, whatever. So you can see the gloves here, also kind of that same finish. The idea again is to be able to achieve what we're doing with the paint job on like the I Want It That Way, which is, if I can just okay, see how it's like the fabric is dark underneath? That's all paint job. That's all with the weathering and everything, because it starts out pretty pretty red and pretty even to begin with. But what I want to do always is just get to this point where you can kind of see that checkered pattern. So now what we're doing is we're starting off like that. So you guys get the point. I'm going to be painting this guy today, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like all weathered up. But yeah, so this is kind of like the effect that I like to do. I like to have it be look layered. You know, it's not just one shade of red. It has highlights, it has like really dark areas, and that just gives it that realistic look. This I Want It That Way mask, by the way. I'm gonna throw it on also so you guys can see how nice and stretchy that is. It's my favorite version for the costume because it's so comfortable. But if you wanted to like display it, you would probably be better off with a full shell. This is what gives you that nice display. And if you can't pull out that Ryan Reynolds look, you know what I mean? If you don't have the face for it, this gives you, it cheats that chin for you and that profile. So both really nice masks. It's really a preference thing. Some people get both of them, and they're pretty happy when they have both to work with. Another thing that I want to show you guys is the shin guards, the new shin guards. These are actually pretty awesome. Just get over here to the light and take the knife off. See if I can get that metallic sheen for you guys on camera. These are actually super detailed, more detailed than the ones that we had before. As you can see, like the damage, all that damage is like kind of carved in. It just looks so realistic, as opposed to, you know, what we had before. It's kind of night and day, right? Way smoother, paint job is nicer. This is still, you know, it's really nice to wear as a costume, but you know, we just strive and try to get closer to that movie look and just keep everything as smooth as possible. The boot covers themselves have also been updated. As you guys can see, this is what we were working with before, and the other one just went back into the box back here. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of stuff to finish for Halloween for you guys, but don't worry, it'll get done. It'll get done. We're being as efficient and as fast as we possibly can. So you guys can see, you know, now all those little accents, all those metallic accents are just kind of in the sculpt and painted in, as opposed to what we had before, which were actual real, like little metallic accents, but not as accurate. Again, everything looks really cool from a distance anyways. You would have a hard time distinguishing right away what is a maximum effort versus an I Want It That Way, because we strive to make them both look as movie quality as possible. But you know, we keep striving for the best. So anyways, guys, let's get this guy dirtied up, and I'm gonna show you what that looks like. And yeah, I'm gonna link to some videos down below, because if you haven't watched the older videos, which I don't understand why you haven't, if you subbed, you should go back and watch a bunch of the old stuff, because I'm really bad at like repeating myself in new videos. So what I do is I just kind of talk about things like you guys know. But if you're new to the channel, I do recommend you go back and watch the older videos so you can understand and kind of be up to date to what I'm talking about when I talk about the maximum effort, when I talk about the I Want It That Way, you know, all those little things. There's explanations and history if you go back, but I'll give you guys a good head start with some links down below, and let's get to it. All right, guys, so I'm almost done with this one. I guess I'll do the reveal in a second here, but let me tell you guys real quick what I did. So came in first with the acrylics. All right, so those darkened areas, then the airbrushing. Okay, and then now I'm gonna do a little bit of highlighting, and this is just an example so you guys can kind of see. So this is all skipping the I'm not sure if this is like popping on camera or not, but I'll try to get better shots once I finish doing all of this. And of course I'll show you the front, and then I'm going to compare it to how it kind of starts out with, what we kind of start out with. And but yeah, it looks super promising. I think this is going to work. So this is a weathered red on red. What I mean is the fabric was red, it was dyed red, and then we did the high density printing with red ink for this guy. And this is what I was talking about, the new stuff, which is black on red, black spandex with the high density red screen printing on top. And so this is what it looks like once it's all weathered. I think it came out pretty awesome. As I expected, this experiment looks super promising. It saves a little time by not having to do that initial base coat, because it starts out pretty evenly to begin with. And yeah, I think it looks great. I mean, I think it looks just as good as the regular red on red. It actually is even a little grimier up close. I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but in person it looks pretty grimy, pretty dirty. Let me put it next over here so you guys can see again. So see, super similar right here to these two. Now this takes very long to paint because we got to do that base first before I start painting. This was actually a little bit faster, so, and I think the results are pretty similar. All of these three are maximum effort suits, so yeah, I think it looks wonderful. This is the same as this. Started out like this, weathered to look like this final product, and awesome. All right, so I'm ready to paint the next one then. Got a bunch of these to get out by Halloween, so you know, it's all thanks to you guys for keeping us busy, and I do appreciate it. I appreciate every last one of you on YouTube, Instagram, and on, of course, Patreon. I'm gonna give a special thank you to Flor Maria Macias. Thank you so much for being a patron. Thank you for supporting us, and I will see you guys on the next video. Gracias, bye.